tomorrow is the final day of the group stages. And we've already talked about Uruguay against Ghana, but Brazil, who are already in, have to face Cameroon. And Coach Tite was talking about his selections regarding this game. We have 26 athletes that are very, very skilled folks. So I'm asked who's going to play. I look one side. There's Fabinho, started for Liverpool. Then there's Ederson, started for Man City. Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Martinelli started at Arsenal. It's too many good players. What we do is give the best conditions so they can practice and compete at high level. That's what I do. Well, then, how tough is it for Tite these days, huh? I mean, my wallet's too small for my 50s and my diamond shoes don't fit. Look at this squad. It's ridiculous. It doesn't matter if he puts out the reserves. Shaka Hislop. This Brazilian side is just too good.
It is. And listen, I understand and fully sympathize. When Brazil can call on the players that they can, and Tite just mentioned, it's difficult. You know who your starting 11 is. You know who your best team is. You know what options you have to you. And I think one of the more difficult jobs of a manager of a nation or a club with that kind of talent to call on is keeping everyone happy, keeping everyone focused on what's the big picture here. And he seems to have done that. And 2 games down, 2 games, they've won both, thanks partly to that nearly last minute goal from Casemiro. And now we can afford to make changes. And players have an opportunity. Those players who maybe did not start in either of the first 2 games have an opportunity or may have an opportunity from the start. We'll see what his starting 11 is to make an impression. But to his point, and there's no getting around it, there has never been any denying it. As squads go, I don't think they get any more talented than Brazil's. And so now he's got his work cut out for him in that regard.
I'm a big Tite fan, as you know. The guy's not just really, really good at what he does. He's also humble, and I think he's just praising his players. I would slightly take issue the fact that his very talented squad is down 2 starters right now in Danilo and that guy Neymar, something like that. Exactly. And I think it does matter. It does matter because, you know, he's got to make adjustments. He's got to make choices. And we saw it in the last game, moving the packet around with Danilo as well. Okay, so now you've got Eder Militao right back, who doesn't normally play right back. Not going to make a difference in this game, but could it make a difference further on, you know? So I think the dynamics of World Cup are such that even, you know, we always have to remember this with World Cup teams, right? You can't go and buy players to go and fill positions of need. Even Brazil, with all their talent and all their depth, to some degree, they are putting square pegs in round holes, right? Even Danilo hasn't played, who's your starter at right back. He hasn't played that much right back at Juventus. You know, sometimes they play the 3, sometimes he's been using different roles. And now he's gone, so now you're playing a center back at right back. Or you can also play a guy who, Dani Alves 40 now or 39, whatever it is, right? So, you know, that's kind of where you are. And that's part of the fun, right? That's why these are nations. You know, you've got a pool of players and you got to figure out how to make things fit together.
Yeah,
I think to that point, Gab, is for me, it's less putting square pegs in round holes, as you put it. But Brazil plays so differently with Neymar in the park. Neymar gives you such a different option, the way that he floats in between the lines, and when he gets on the ball. And as talented as the rest of those players are, nobody has Neymar's skill set, and that's not meant as a criticism at all. I'm just pointing out exactly how talented and how unique a player Neymar is.
Not only is the skill set, but and to Gab's point, I am such. If there's a manager out there that can deal with this plethora of talent, is Coach Tite. But there is no what he does with Neymar, nobody does. Like, no, he doesn't. Barcelona didn't do it. PSG didn't do it. Santos didn't do it. He plays this weird 8 * false 9. Like, nobody does it. Nobody does it. So they're a different team without Neymar, but they are very, very deep. And I do want to see more of the likes of I mean, Gabriel Jesus, hopefully Martinelli will get some minutes.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.